Hi, this is a video overview of the E2 FastVend system. In this video, I'll show you how to set up your store, as well as give you a quick demonstration of the various options available with the system. The first thing we'll do is unpack the FastVend system and copy it into our inventory. And here's what you'll find. You'll find the vendor script, the controller, and a note card with the instructions. Here you can see our 4 fictitious products and the vendors they're sold from. The first thing we'll do is see the vendor script worked with the traditional fixed price approach. This is done by placing the item's price in square brackets at the end of the description line of the vendor prim. Once the description is set, the boxed item we want to sell is placed into the vendor. You can see here we've also placed an optional information note card into the prim. If a note card is found in the prim, customers can get a copy of the note card from the vendor's menu. With the price set and the contents loaded, we can enable the vendor for use by simply dropping a copy of the FastVend script onto the vendor prim. The vendor is now ready to sell the item at the price you specified in the description field. Simply right-click, choose Pay, click the Amount button to pay, and the item from inside the prim is delivered to you. You can also click the vendor to bring up the vendor's menu. As the vendor owner, you'll see a Reset button, but your customers will only see the bottom row of buttons. Buy as Gift allows them to purchase your item as a gift for a friend. More Info allows them to get a copy of the information note card that you placed in there. This button is only available if there's actually an information note card in the vendor. And Close closes the menu. To use the Buy as Gift feature, your customers simply click on the vendor to bring up the menu, select Buy as Gift. Per the instructions, type in the name of the person they want to give the gift to. The vendor will tell them that they found the name. Then they can choose Pay, and the item will be delivered to the recipient. Now we're going to take a look at the FastVend controller and how to use it to control the prices on all of your vendors. If you edit the controller object inside the inventory, you'll find a note card called Settings. We'll open that up, and I'm going to delete all the text in here. We're just going to add what's necessary for this demo. We're going to divide up our vendors into 3 groups, let's say. We'll have group 1 that will sell for 100 lindens. We'll have a group 2 that will sell for 200 lindens, and a group 3 that will sell for 300 lindens. We're going to save our note card, and you'd probably divide your vendors up into more logical groups, let's say shoes, shirts, or cars, weapons, or whatever it is you sell. You can break things up into any group that makes sense to you, pricing groups. Now the controller says that our settings have changed, so we'll click and we'll pick Reset. It'll reload the note card, and we'll notice that it tells us that we have these 3 pricing groups. Next, we'll set the vendors up to use those pricing groups. At the beginning of the demo, we gave each of the vendors a fixed price. This first one is 40 lindens. Now what we're going to do is, instead of putting in a fixed price, we're going to put in the name of a price group. We'll put in 1 for this first one. And once you have that set in, you'll click the vendor and you'll pick Reset from the menu. The vendor will look up the price, and now it's going to use the price that it gets from the controller instead. And you'll see now that since we gave it 100 lindens as the price for price group 1, that's what the vendor is now set to. Same thing over here. We'll edit it, change this to be 1, close, reset. The vendor will get the new price, and now it's set at 100. And this last one down here, let's go ahead and set this to 3, and we'll see that this one is going to change to 300 lindens. Now that the vendors are configured to use price groups instead of fixed prices, we can change the price of many vendors or all of our vendors at once using the controller. Let me show you how easy it is to put the entire store on sale. Let's edit the controller. We'll bring up the settings note card again. We're going to add another line here, underscore sale, and let's put the entire store on 50% sale. We'll save the note card. The controller tells us that the settings have changed, so we click to reset it. And let's zoom out here so we can see what happens. We're going to reset. The controller will read the new price groups, the values for them, and then each of the vendors throughout all of our store, actually throughout our entire region if they belong to us, are going to go through a restart process. They'll be staggered over this course of about 60 seconds, so there's not too much lag or too much traffic happening at once. And as each one restarts, it's going to pick up the new price. For example, this one was $100, but with the sale, it should be $50. This one we did at $200, and after it gets the new price, it's now down to $100. And the same thing with the 300 linden vendor. This one will come down to $150. You can see that it's offline right now as it's restarting. And as soon as it restarts, the price will be picked up, the sale will be picked up, and the price will be changed. The sale feature also allows you to use a fixed number here instead of a percentage. So the 50% is actually going to be a percentage off of each vendor's price. If you wanted to have, say, a 99 linden sale, you could certainly put just a fixed number there, do the reset, and all of the vendors will be set to 99. But let's say that our sale is over, so we'll erase that value. And let's also say that we decided that all of the vendors in the group called 1 are actually going to be only 75 lindens now. So we'll save this note card, we'll exit out of here, we'll reset the controller, and now any of the vendors that were in the group 1 are going to pick up their new price. Even though it's not a sale affecting everybody, you can also change the price of any particular group at any time just by resetting the controller after editing the note card. And we'll see here that these two are now at 75 lindens instead of 100, which they used to be.